Harley, thank you for coming today. I appreciate
Yeah.
it so much. I mean, YouTube royalty, 1 billion views. We don't have to talk about that today. We're going to talk about music, but we'll talk about Epic Mealtime, of course. But today I want to talk about music because what people don't know is that you originally started uploading videos to YouTube that were like rap music videos.
Yeah.
Which most people don't realize that was the beginning of your YouTube journey. So maybe for some of us that don't know, you want to walk us through some of those
Man, I
early
think,
YouTube days?
yeah, it's true. Before I did, YouTube as a life, I guess it was like 2007, 2008. I had filmed my own little rap videos for school projects, uploaded them to YouTube, entered competitions to get some extra cash.
The Doritos contest.
Yeah, Doritos. Also, John Tesh had this
Oh yeah.
this one where you have to like rap, dribble, and dance to his NBA
You guys
tune,
won that
which
one,
I
I think, right? You guys won that.
Yeah, I won that. Yeah. Sterling and I, we won that and got some cash, bought a better camera. And then I was like, I'm gonna film rap videos around the city. And I started. I had a whole thing for music videos, and like with the rappers in Montreal, I would go there and I'd be like, "Yo, you give me $100, I'm gonna film this video. I'll film it. When you give me $50, I'll give you the video. If you don't give me $50, it's not a loss. It's not a loss though. If you don't give me $50, I'll upload it, but I'm gonna upload it to my studio's channel. So it'll be like my video, but you can still look at people and show them that you have a video, you know? Totally. I was like, not only that, when I show up, the $100, anything extra that you pay, that goes towards the video. So it's just $100, I'll come there. I'm coming with a friend and a camera. We'll film.
How many times did that work?
Anything that you want to do, like that's on. I never got the $50 to get the video back ever once. I filmed 4 videos, never got that second 50. No one ever gave more than 100. And if you look at the videos are always like one guy in his living room, he glued records to his wall. So what we did was he rapped in front of his record wall.
Genius.
And like that was it. Yeah. And then another guy, I showed up and he was like, "Yeah, let's film." I'm like, what do you have in mind? He's like, "I don't know." So we like walked around his apartment complex until we found like a dingy hallway. And we're like, "Oh, this is cool." And then I had my buddy let me know. He's
of course.
in the corner. And so I'm filming them and he's like rapping and let me know's like flickering the light switch to make it look like the lights make it look more hardcore. You know what I mean? We have like people in the back with like cell phones with like the flashlights, like doing this. So through like, I don't know. Even the last part of it, he like wrapped it in his closet.
Do any of those videos still exist anywhere on YouTube?
The reason why I can't link them is because the video ends with my actual cell phone number.
Oh god.
Today, the exact same cell phone number being like, "Yo, hit us up at XXX Studios."
God,
it wasn't funny. XXX Studios. I don't know why I said XXX Studios. I don't know why I said it, but I was like trying to like make it like unknown, but like unknown studio company, contact me at, and it literally has my phone number. So, yeah.
Oh my god, I distinctly remember a few music videos. Well, there was I won't say the name of it, but one you rapping in school that I remember.
Oh yeah, well those I wish I kept that up. That one doesn't exist anymore. That was a school project when I took it down.
Yeah, that one was funny. On the desk,
rapping.
Rapping,
Pop and Perrier.
What was it called? Mr. Harley, that one?
Yeah, Mr. Crazy Monday.
So yeah. And then there was one I remember in the playgrounds.
You and like a throwback.
You and two or three other dudes like in a playground or something. You might have been in a car, but
that was like the time of YouTube where it was like, yeah, let's go and like rap bad.
Yeah, exactly.
About like silly stuff. It was always silly topics, you know?
Totally. Those songs were actually pretty funny and kind of well done for what they were at the time, you know.
Yeah. Oh, there was Goatee Beard or Nothing. That was like Benz or Bentley. That one doesn't have my phone number, so I don't care if people see that one. Oh my god, I have a mustache in that video. It's like the last time I had a mustache. I don't know.
Really? Is that video still up? With
yeah,
Goatee Benz or Bentley?
Yeah.
Everybody go check out Goatee Benz or Bentley. What channel is that on?
Like button. I don't know. No, it's Oh no, it was Goatee Beard or Nothing.
Oh yeah, Goatee Beard or Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll take a goatee and a Benz.
I was like, wait, what's it all called?
Wait.
Yeah.
That's my bad. What channel is that on? Let me know. Is there your original channel?
No, someone like that. Yeah, let me know channel maybe. I don't know.
That's too funny. I'm gonna try and link it down below. I'll find it.
That's so funny.
That's too good. So that's the beginning of a billion views on YouTube. Because I think right after the rap, you did the triple baconator. I think that was the first
Yeah.
food one, if I remember.
Yeah. I ate some food, did the triple baconator.
Yeah, and that one did pretty well.
Yeah, it was okay. It was like I was just like, damn, I had so many people clicking this.
Right.
It was like 30,000, but at the time when you don't like do any marketing for it or anything, it just gets 30,000 like shit, you know?
Well, smart on you guys for recognizing that and actually following it up and not just being silly and be like, well, we want to do this other dumb video today and not capitalizing on that, because you could have easily just been like, oh, this is working. Cool. Let's go do anything else. Because some people, they don't capitalize on the trend that's right in front of them.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you get carried away, right? You can get like, I don't know. I've lost sight many times over the years. I've done things and I've been like, oh, that worked out all right. Like, you know, like you do. I think every YouTuber does this. Every YouTuber is so funny. It's like, yo, I got 10 million views. I'm a rapper now.
Yeah.
Now I'm a rap, and every like girl that's like, yo, I'm pretty hot in my friend circle, and I have 500K followers on Instagram. I'm a singing model now.
100%.
You know what I mean? And
saw that Instagram just suggested some girl to me, and I click on it, and there was 40 million people, and I'm like, who is this human? And then right away,
isn't that crazy?
And it was all from TikTok. The things it was like, yeah, like 2 billion streams on TikTok, number 2 and I'm like, oh my god. And she just released an album exactly what you just said, and I'm like,
yeah, I think we're talking about the same person.
Probably. Yeah,
we're talking about
because it was
how funny is that?
Yeah, it was a video of some girl.
You didn't watch the music video though, eh?
No, it was like a paparazzi type video of this girl walking down the street and people stopping her for pictures, but she was wearing a mask. So I'm like, how does anyone even know who this person is? And then
that's so good.
I was floored when it was like, oh yeah, a TikToker, and I'm like, excuse me, what'd you just say?
Yeah, man,
like
I say it to everyone now. I'm like, whatever it is you want to do, gaming or anything else, like you just got to go on TikTok, because like people upload TikToks and then then they have like 100,000 followers.
Right.
Like one good TikTok can get you 100,000 followers on TikTok. It's so crazy.
crazy.
TikTok is just like insane. Just the amount of people that use it. I'll tell you personally.
Yeah, go.
Personally, like it's like a little side from music though. What I like about TikTok is you go on YouTube and people are always like, yo, what up, man? It's your boy. Hit the thumbs up button. We doing it, and they have like this whole character. And then you go on Instagram and it's like, they got like the lip injections and they want to be like so hot and all the pictures are photoshopped. It's not real.
Of course.
But then you go on TikTok, real people, man. People that like, it'll show you people that are real that you're like, I don't even think I should be watching this person. Like a person like it's like Buffalo Bill from like Silence of the Lambs, like lip syncing something in like a meth den, and you're like, what is going on here? But that's the type of content I live for. These are real people, you're not getting real people like this anywhere else.
Right. Well, it's so curated everywhere else, because YouTube, obviously you don't want to take the video down, and Instagram kind of the same thing. Once it's up, you want to get that traction of the like, so it's like, yeah, you got to do the Photoshop and all that garbage before. And
TikTok's just real deal.
Yeah, you just
you get that girl you should see her dancing. She does like these dance, like it's just like, if I were a dancer, I don't know, maybe I can't say it. I'm sure some chefs looked at my show and they're like, what the fuck are these doing? So I can't knock it too much. To an extent, it's like, what did I do? People go to chef school for their whole life, and then I'm like, they put burgers on a pizza. But the equivalent of burgers on a pizza is like some of these people going out there and they're like, I'm a singer and dancer now. And you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. You have training in that. Yeah. I mean, listen, once you get your platform, it's up to you how to utilize it. And what's stopping a music producer? What's stopping Kanye West, who started as a music producer, then going and being an artist? Like, if you got the chops and you can do it, you got to try it. Because I mean, who knows? You might be the next Kanye, maybe.
Pretty cool timeline we live in, eh?
Super
pretty cool timeline.
I mean, I forget, there's those YouTube twins or something. They have like 30 million subscribers.
There's like 10 of those, I think.
There's a bunch. There's a bunch. But they put
twins kill it. Bro, if you're twins and you guys do not have 1 billion views, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing with your life? But that's the whole
do it.
Well, that's the whole thing. I was watching a podcast with these older car guys, all in their 50s, and they had met some of these like these 2 brothers, and one of the brothers was wearing $100,000 watch, and these just 2 guys were just sitting there like looking at these twins like, holy like, what did we do wrong? Like, we're in our 50s and we can't even come.
You know what twins are? Was it the Dolan twins?
I think so. Yeah. Because they also have a cart
Dolan
channel.
twins?
If you know, they have like a whole separate cart channel.
Oh.
But yeah, those cats.
Those guys are all right though.
I heard they were cool
guys.
kids though. Yeah. I heard
they're cool kids. It's not all YouTubers are cool kids, but those guys are pretty cool.
That's what they were saying too. But they were just floored. They're like, yeah, kid's 23 wearing $100,000 rose gold AP perpetual, skeleton watch, and they're just sitting there like, oh my God, can't even pay their mortgage.
Yeah. I've done like collabos with some people, and you'll see like that's one thing like a guy does. Some guys is like the watch is like everything. You come in like, jeans, t-shirt, even the car, nothing. But then it's the watch that'll really tell a story.
Right.
And again, in Montreal, I know people out here in Montreal, they got watches in rotation amongst a couple of rotating watches. And they go on that second Tinder date with a different watch. They're like, what, this whole thing? Nah, yeah, I got a couple of them.
Well, there was that guy. He was renting a Ferrari every single weekend to go meet this girl. And they started dating more seriously, and he ended up having to buy the Ferrari from the rental place because he kept renting it for like $1,500 a pop every single date. Yeah, and then somehow he had to figure out how to actually buy it because he could afford the $1,500 a pop, but then the girl got more serious, and he was like, "Uh-oh, I gotta buy this car."
He's like, it's like a fucking Archie comic. He's gonna continue the lie, and it's gonna get worse.
I think to this day that girl still doesn't know. He all of a sudden all his watches are gone, but he's got a Ferrari now. So.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but so yeah, rap music videos on YouTube. I know that most people that are familiar with you probably didn't know that unless they're super OG subscribers. Do you remember the first album you ever got, and do you remember what format it was, like a tape or a CD?
The first album I got, I could tell you what it was. It was a single.
Okay.
I forget. It was and I didn't know what a single was. What songs? It was like the third grade. I went to HMV. I could figure this out. I haven't thought about it in a while, but I knew what it was. What was more a monumental moment for me was the fact that I brought this home, and it was the song I wanted, and then like another version of the song I wanted, and Scatman. Scatman.
I'm a scat man. That's
literally, that was like the first CD I bought for myself. That was my CD, and it was a single, and I was just like confused. It had the radio version that I knew, but then it had like a longer super.
Yeah, super.
And that was like a whole other version. Yeah, like it had like the long, like he was going off. R.I.P. I think Scatman. I don't think Scatman's with us anymore.
No, I'll have to check that. That's so funny. I bet you on that album there's probably like a country version. The remix albums at the time were. I remember I had the Mo Money remix album, and it was like 19 versions, and the only ones you cared about was the real one and like the instrumental. I think they gave you on that one, which was like
that's sick. Given the instrumental is good,
which was pretty cool. But that's cool, man.
Yeah, that is funny that there's probably, you said a country scat man. There's probably a country scat man TikTok dance.
I actually was thinking about that before. Like I heard, it's so funny. I hear like old songs on there. Like I was flipping around and like Paul Wall and like
some of these things come back. I swear,
they come back
TikTok,
real
right?
hard on there. It's because it's brand new to those kids. They're like, oh, Paul Wall, what's this? And like they don't realize it came out in 2007 or whatever.
Yeah,
it's brand new to them.
I pull up old music videos all the time.
Oh yeah.
Some songs I'm like, what's the music video for this song? And I'll go back and like that shit can like time travel you. It's really weird.
80s ones are the best with when it's full blown 80s like Jerry Curl and everything.
Yeah,
those are my because there's always a brick wall, there's always spray paint, there's always someone throwing paint on the wall, ripped jeans,
or they're like on like a little centerpiece that's like spinning in like an all black studio with like poor smoke, and you see the lights in it
exactly,
and the rock band is like playing on the stand. Yeah. It was so much black on the screen.
It was either the live concert shot like that, or the Joey, who was our boy, Joey Lawrence. Nothing My Love Can't Fix, that Venice Beach video where they're rollerblading and like throwing spray paint.
I gotta pull this up. This one up. That's a good one.
The Joey Lawrence hair, your hair's almost at that Joey Lawrence type of hair.
It's actually. It's actually a mess. It's kind of a.
It's actually
like
Riff
a mullet.
It
started as a mullet, and I got What's that?
I said you got Riff Raff hair right now. He has the exact same
Thank you.
mullet. No. I mean, did you watch that $1 million mullet video I sent you? He literally has the exact hair you're rocking right now, and he's been rocking it. Like
he's got it lined up on the sides and shit though. I don't know if I've gone to that extreme yet.
He's got a chain with his face with the mullet on it and everything.
He is hands down one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Didn't you used to hang out with him?
Yeah. So, you know, like some people like, I don't know. I guess some people would say that like I'm always on, like I'm always joking around and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's a guy that's always on.
Is he?
Always,
what's he like in real life?
Non-stop riffraff, like every single thing. Like every single thing, like even casually, like he's like thirsty. He's like, "You got any Versace water in here?"
Oh my god, that's too fun.
Like it never ends. It never ever stops.
You got any Versace water?
Yeah, he was good. I hung out with him then during that whole there was Three Loco. Is that what their band was?
Yeah.
Loco. It was Dirt Nasty, Riff Raff, and I like that. That was like a fun time in the timeline.
They dropped a video about a year ago, I think. About a year ago, Andy put one on his channel with Riff Raff.
Yeah, I've always liked Riff Raff. Always a big Dirt Nasty fan. Also, you know, I always liked him like pre YouTube era. Dirt Nasty. Like when I met Dirt Nasty, like I was really calm about it, but I was like, this is a very important thing for me. Like that was a guy whose YouTube music videos I watched and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he's dope. I feel like he could be even bigger than he is.
I know. I think that. I sometimes think about like the people that I really enjoy, I really look up to, and I'm always like, oh, I think you could do more. You know, I do. I think I just want more. I don't know if it's like I think I could do more. I would like more Dirt Nasty. Like I watched like a Scary Movie 8 or something.
Yeah,
I'm like he's in it.
Oh,
and I didn't like the movie, but he carried it. Like he's great. Every scene, he's good. Like he's funny. You know, he's got like. You know, where it's just easy to be funny kind of guy.
Totally. That's how I kind of feel about Riff Raff. I feel like Riff Raff's getting a second win these days. I've been watching his numbers and his YouTube. It all seems like it's been on an up the last. He's doing something.
Yeah.
With the Jody.
I feel like he's always people are always interested and fascinated with Riff Raff.
100%. Yeah.
I love that clip. He's like, main goal in life is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Have you seen that clip? No. It's like him. It's like my man. He's in a car and he's got a grill and it's fangs.
Oh my god!
And he's like, my main goal in life is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. And he's got like fangs, like grill fangs, and he's like terrifying.
He is. Man, I like watching reaction videos, like rappers or I don't know music guys that like break down his songs because they just sit there like I don't get it. And to me, I'm like, I'm laughing like, because I get it. It's, you know, it's a joke or whatever. And you read the comments and the fans get it. You know what I mean? But like, you see some of these people watching and you're like, why does this video have 1 million views? Who is what? Like, they're so perplexed that other people like it. You know what I mean?
He said something and I really felt like it was believable and true. I feel like a lot of things he raps about are true. Like he said, like, rhinestones on my binder in 4th grade, I was immaculate. I'm like, I believe that. Having this guy in your class, he comes in, you know, his name's Horst. You know that?
Horst? Horst? No, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's his name. So, you know, Horst comes in and he's
like, oh my gosh,
got his binder, but he put all the jewels on it like a girl would. And you're like, yo, what are you doing, Horst? And he's like, I'm immaculate. Rhinestones on my binder 4th grade, I was immaculate.
That's like some Prince thing or something. That's like,
yeah, it's jokes though. It's so funny.
That would be like, I could see Prince doing that in like the 70s, rolling into high school, like full crush velour outfit, you know, ruffles and everything, and just be like, what? I'm here.
And for those that don't know, I went to high school with Sean. He pulled up in high school in full velour.
Full velour before no, but
you guys cool. Don't picture like a Puff Daddy velour suit.
No.
Like 3 years before. When like people had not seen the material in like 15 years and kids were like touching and they're like, what is this?
Yeah,
you know,
I was definitely on that one.
Yeah. Sometimes you were too ahead of the game. It's like you have to pump the brakes a little bit just so everyone can catch up.
Well, remember in that school, I cut the sleeves off the sweater. I think still to this day, those sleeves are cut off that sweater.
That's right. We had a school uniform and you cut the sleeves off. So it was a vest.
Yeah.
And that was like that's like the controversies people dealt with then. They're like, when you cut the sleeves off the uniform, it's a big deal. Yeah. Well, why it's not, you can't modify the uniform. And then they made a big deal about it, but then the next year they started just selling the cut sleeve vests.
Yeah, the exact same one.
It made it.
It made the cut.
Yeah, you should have got paid for that.
I honestly, I think even at that age, I was like, "Where's my cut? What's up?"
Well, look at you. You're still here, and where's that school now?
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
All right, first album, Scat Man. Mine was The Simpsons Sing the Blues. The Bart rap was on it.
Simpsons Sing the Blues. But did you get all the Simpsons songs in there? Is that the one that had like
it was a full album, so I mean the
monorail.
Oh, I'd have to check. I have it somewhere.
There was a Simpsons album that was sick. It had the monorail song.
This was the Bart rap one.
It had the Amadeus from the Planet of the Apes.
I don't know.
It had the Inagata Vida, like
no, that I feel like that might.
Or is that a different Simpsons one? Man, Simpsons dropping multiple albums.
This one had the Bartman on it. That's why it was.
That's big. Yeah. Oh, I think that's before.
Yeah,
Bartman was a whole other movement separate from the Simpsons. I feel like that was big deal.
I mean, it had a music video and everything. Bartman.
You know, it's also really. You were just saying the names you said, and I was saying how I always watch music videos. Like A Great Journey. You know, Bass Hunter.
No, I don't know. Remind me.
You do. It's like, fuck, I hate singing songs for people because I'm terrible at it, but
I'm sure I know it. I'm sure I know it.
Now you're gone.
Yeah. Okay.
So you like look at like his old video. It's like fully in like Swedish or something.
No way.
And it's like he's in the dark and he's playing a game and his friends are playing video games. And like he's not like an ugly guy by any means, you know, and like he's there and he's playing a video game in the dark and girls are like lying on the floor. It's just a weird music video that, you know, some Swedish guy, I guess, and excuse me if he's not Swedish, is just like, yeah, so you guys are lie back here and we're gonna game. And he's like singing the song, but it's not even in English. I think it was called, it's like Botena Na. And then he's saying that, and it's like that's the music video. But then you see it must have popped off somewhere. Obviously it did.
Yeah.
And it gets like the type of mainstream where they're like, no, this ain't going to cut it. You need to make a new music video if you want to be on MTV. So then you see this new music video, but you know, he's like a gamer nerd now, but they have him all done up like in a suit and he's doing this like futuristic video. And like, that's it. And then you can see they're like, we need the English version of the song. So then he has this whole other video where he's singing the song now in English. And then you go to the next, like his next single, same thing, comes out with like this weird, like European version of the video that, you know, him and his boys did. And then you see they come and they're like, yeah, we're going to need that one in English now. And then he does it in English and you see, he's like, they got like this other video. I'm going to send you all of these. You're going to take them in their trip. And I love when I watch music videos and they start with like the Much Music or MTV, like the thing, and like someone recorded off their
Rhapsody
TV
or something.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, bro, it's like 11 p.m. I got school tomorrow. I'm already up late. I don't know if I'm gonna fall asleep and get a good sleep tomorrow. I'm gonna have like a pimple in school. It's gonna fuck my life up.
Speaking of school night, watching music stuff. So I'll tell a quick backstory. So I don't know, do you remember what year it was? Probably 2000, I think, 99 or 2000. MTV released a made for MTV movie called Together. It was a spoof on the whole
with a two
and Together. And it was a spoof on the whole boy band craze at the time because there was literally just boy bands flocking out of every country, like one after another. And we won't go down.
This was like the deep boy bands, right? Like there's a lot.
Deep
this is
British
like
boy bands and like
like 1 week you're getting like 5 and 98 Degrees and NSYNC and they're all dropping tracks on the same day. Yeah, sorry, continue.
No. So MTV's answer,
something had to be done.
It had to be made a light of, because boy bands are just kind of so fluffy and positive to begin with. So just to straight up like be negative would have been weird. So I think MTV did it in the perfect way, and they made this movie where this basically like down and out kind of music producer puts together a fake boy band, but like drives around in his minivan and he's like, who are you? And like they cut to the guys and they do a little intro like, yo, I'm Mickey P and I rap every single day. It's like, do you remember those little?
I think what a big thing that movie did that made me really interested was the commercial for the movie, the trailer was like, it highlighted the archetypes of a boy band. And
Exactly.
at that point, I was like in the 9th grade. I never thought about it where they're like the rapper and the guy was like, yeah, what's up? Yeah. And he was like, you know, doing the whole thing. And then they're like the little, the like the cute one. And it's like this guy with like obnoxiously blue eyes.
Dimples.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, the dimples. But then it was so funny when they're like, and you know, like the big brother, the big ugly one. And he's like this like literally 40-year-old man that's like in the band also. There's like this fat 40-year-old
with the rat tail, the Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh my god. And that movie was so funny. I wonder what it's like now. Have you probably watched it? I feel like,
you know, I don't think I've watched it since that night, to be honest with you.
Oh shit, no way.
Yeah, because I watched the TV show. So basically MTV released that movie and they made, you know, there was a whole buildup for like 2 weeks commercial, like Harley was saying, like, you know, the Together movie. So we didn't get it where we lived. I don't know if the satellite was working or not, but I feel like we definitely had to make sure 100% that card, remember you had to go get the new card or whatever.
Oh my god. You know what's so crazy about it? Someone sold like those cards and made like lots
of money. Yeah. So we know who that guy is too.
That's so crazy.
Oh my god. So we had to go get a card. Well, probably your dad had to go get it from some guy in an alley so we could watch the MTV boy band movie that night. And I came over to your house on a school night and we watched the Together movie. And that was kind of
I can't imagine.
No, go ahead. No, I was gonna say that was probably the end of the boy band craze.
Yeah. You know what? Like you can't really explain that like the feeling of watching a movie that you thought was very funny and very hilarious, but the excitement leading up to it, no one knows about it or gives a shit.
Totally.
And all we had was us two.
It
was
true.
just us two, like, that we were like, there was no one else. Like, it was just like one of those things, you know, sometimes you see a meme or something funny and you're looking at it and it's funny to you and you can think of like one other person that maybe you could send it to. Everyone else would get offended or think you're a weirdo or not get it. Or you like, you know, if I showed this movie to someone, like there's a lot of things that they wouldn't get. But at this time, you know, like I never discriminated the music I consumed, you know.
The music was hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, it was. And I always like I enjoyed the whole boy band thing. But you guys got to understand, this is the 90s and this is like, you know, the 10th grade. You know, you get people would just insult you for like the craziest things. Like people are allowed to be unique now. And I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, bro, you could wear like your shoe could have a stripe on it that's a particular color and it's over.
It's over.
It's over. People went looking for anything, bro. You have, yeah, exactly. You got like a stripe on your shoe. Anything, it's done. You're done. They'll come at you. So I mean, you know, funny. Especially the type of music, bro. I'd have like albums, and people were like, "What are you listening to?" And I would like change the track and put it on their head. It's like DMX comes back to me. I go back 2 songs. I'm like hiding. Yeah, exactly. I'm hiding music in my burnt CDs. I'm like hiding songs. It's like hidden tracks at the end. Yeah. So getting into the whole boy band thing back then, people were I don't know, man.
But it was a catch-22 because the girls were into boy bands. So if you wanted to get a girl at that age, you kind of had to be like Justin Timberlake. You had to dance and like, you couldn't just stand in the corner at the school dances and not dance. Like you had to, remember when you had to used to go up to a girl and be like, "Do you want to dance?"
Yeah.
You'd say yes or no, and then you'd stand there looking at each other.
And I didn't have the balls, so I was always like, "Oh, gangsters don't dance, they boogie."
No,
I'm just gonna stay in the corner.
They do the rock away, bro. They do the rock away. Lean back. Yeah. No, and then you wouldn't touch. You would just look at each other dance, like look at each other's moves to see.
Yeah, you just hoping that Seal "Kiss from a Rose" comes on, so you can put your hand on her hips.
Yeah, you're hoping that slow song exactly comes on, so you can ask for that second dance. Do you still want to dance? And then you're full body length apart, of course. Oh man, that was too funny. Do you remember your first concert that you ever went to?
Yeah. So barring the Ninja Turtles on tour. I don't know if you remember
that. Did they actually go on tour?
Yeah, they went to, I don't know if you remember this. They even went to Montreal.
No way.
It was like the 90s, like when the movies were out.
Yep.
They had it was the Ninja Turtles would come, but they're wearing like regular shoes and they don't have their shells.
No
it was called like Bursting Out the Shell or something. And they
I
did like a
never
little
heard of
rock
this.
band, and they sang songs, and it was the Turtles, but there was also like a girl with them, a
The
girl
April
turtle.
O'Neil. Oh, a
No,
girl
no, it was
turtle?
a girl turtle with like a pink color. And they're
No.
like rocks. But you knew as a kid, you like saw them, you're like, okay, but you know it's not the Turtles and they don't sound like them.
Right,
So you're like, what the hell's
right.
going on? Yeah,
That's
like,
how I
and they would
felt
like
when I.
rock and roll, and then Shredder would come out and do like a rap verse. He would like roast kids in the crowd.
Oh my god,
He'd be like,
that's.
"Oh, I'm gonna make turtle soup out of you," and they're like, "Whoa, dude, not cool. Let's play a song." And then they would like, I swear, barring that, the first concert, and it goes right into what you were saying, was Backstreet Boys,
Oh, was it?
1996. Yeah, I went to go see Backstreet Boys. I went with two guys on my football team.
Nice.
And I remember we had to leave practice early,
Oh
and my
my-
mom f***ed up. She's like, "We
You
gotta
don't
go."
even have a good excuse. I took my sister to her first
No,
Backstreet
I got
Boys.
you though. I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. It was, I was really quick thinking. It was first of all, not only were we like good players on the team, you know, one of them was Edmond. So
Yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
this is like our, like, you know, one of our best running backs. So it's like we're my mom comes and she drops the ball. Classic mom. She's like, they're going to a Backstreet Boys concert. We have to go. She's saying it like it's hype because she knows that the ticket was like, you know, $45 back then or something. She's like, my son has to go now. We're going to the Backstreet Boys concert. And so everyone on the team is like looking at us. And I'm like, hey,
Oh,
I don't care about Backstreet Boys. You know how many girls are going to be there?
yeah.
And they're like, this guy. And I was like, yeah, man, that's what we're going for. Girls like jump cut to the concert, and we're all like, get down.
Yeah, of course. Backstreet. That's
What
how
was
I.
your first concert? I feel like you went younger than that. I feel like you
My-
like got a new kids.
My dad took me to the Rolling Stones and the Spin Doctors open. Remember that song, Two Princes?
Whoa, you got Spin Doctors?
Yeah,
You
so that
love
was my
eh?
first ever concert experience, and I remember that there was people smoking grass and saying to my dad something like, "That doesn't smell like a cigarette." He's like, "Oh, it's from a different country. From a different country." I still remember to
from a
this
different
day.
country.
I was like, "Oh, okay."
It's from a different country.
That was my first concert, but I distinctly remember. Well,
I love that you said you went to the. You said you went to the Rolling Stones,
Yeah, the Stones.
and
was the
I was
first.
like, "What? The Spin Doctors?"
Well, the Spin Doctors were so high. I mean, I love that song. Two Princes was
Yeah,
amazing,
every
but I was
single
like
person
9.
did.
I didn't know any.
Everyone in the world liked it.
Yeah.
See, that was like before like I got CDs. That was like I would hear my sister's CDs. I would put that on.
100%. That might have been one of those BMG things. Remember the catalog? And I think my
Mhm.
dad might have gotten one of those, like, a box when you get like 20 CDs, and Spin Doctors might have been in them. One of those. But I remember going to the Backstreet Boys. I took my sister and one of her friends to the Backstreet Boys, and I actually said something very similar. Maybe because you probably told me your excuse, but I think the next day in school, and people were like, "Oh, how was the Backstreet Boy concert?" And I was like, "It was 30,000 chicks and me, bro." Like I'm like, I was on the same train. I was like, I'm no way I'm telling everybody that I knew every word to every song.
Yeah.
But the first time I went, I might have still been like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this, even though I had the album and I was like, I still remember seeing the Get Down music video, like on Much Music, like watching it. Cause like I have a distinct memory of my parents trying to get us to go to dinner. And I'm like, after the video's over, and like AJ rapping,
And was this your first time seeing that video?
The Get Down music video is the first time I ever saw the Backstreet Boys.
Man, me too. Get Down was the first time I saw the Backstreet Boys, and I remember being like I was kind of like overloaded.
Yeah.
Like as I'm trying to take in
disco ball.
like, bro, I'm like trying to take in like just Nick Carter's hair.
Oh my, of course.
I'm just trying to take that in. And like there's like the disco ball floating around in the lights. I'm trying to take that in.
CNC
and then you
Music
throw
Factory
like
going
then
on.
you throw an AJ in my face.
Yeah.
And that's like a person that like I'm still not done taking in. Like I watch documentaries and stuff with him in it, and I stare at this guy and I'm always like, who are you?
Yeah, no,
Who
which is crazy
is
because
this
it's one of my
guy?
favorite singers, like in life, probably. But I don't think of that in that. I don't know. It's weird.
Like I remember like trying to take it in, and there was so much overload, like just like 1996, like I'm in elementary, like you have like half a brain literally.
Yep.
And like the song's like a bop, and you're kind of like You don't know. It was for me, it was very strange. It was very like, it was like no different. Like I've always been like a fan of the gang thing. Like I've always loved Ninja Turtles. I love Power Rangers.
Yep.
You know, I played team sports, and all
Wu-Tang.
I saw up there was a fucking team, man.
Yeah.
They were a team and they were doing it. And I was like, bro, these are guys working together towards a goal.
Oh my God.
And that goal is to make you move your body.
To dance.
But that video was a trip, man. That video was literally back then too much.
Oh yeah, and then it just kept compounding because the next one was on the ski slope when they had all their turtlenecks and like hot cocoa and like girls coming into the fireplace, and then you're just like, now these guys got a ski lodge. First they have a floating disco ball somewhere in space.
You know what? I had the funniest thing when that one came out. I remember looking at that and being like, these are like very good looking people.
That's one of those videos they refilmed.
I don't think I've ever seen people that look this good. Like I remember looking at it and being like, no one's ever, like I'm looking at Brian Littrell and I'm like, this guy is something else.
They were so polished because like the turtleneck went right up to the jawbone and their hair was all stick straight and with the TV makeup on.
And then they had that little Vaseline on the lens to make it smoothed out. They were
so it's like their skin's perfect, their hair sticks straight, the shirt's going right up to their jaw.
They were from Florida, weren't they?
Except I think Kevin and Brian,
they were from Florida, right?
Yeah, they're all from Florida, except I think Kevin and Brian are from Tennessee, maybe something like that. So okay, first concert, boom, that was hype. Did you ever do? Actually, I think of Sharon Lois and Bram. I'm gonna sneak that in. That was probably remember me and my mother.
I got that too. I didn't count that though. I got that too. Sharon Lois and Bram.
Yeah,
we're probably at the same one. When Montreal got something like that,
we were probably at the same one.
Everyone's going. Had to be.
What's funny is that I remember just as a snapshot of that era for people that weren't teenagers when boy bands were big. Like I remember going to the 98 Degrees concert with my girlfriend at the time, and like the most hardcore looking dude in there within 10 minutes of the show is mouthing the lyrics to every word. And you're like, oh, I knew you knew the words, bro. I knew you weren't just here for fun. Like, because it was that thing, like you couldn't tell anybody you were kind of into it unless you were like me or you who were like, man, forget it. We don't care. We like this.
I mean, see, but even then the difference between you and I is like, just like, look at what I look like. You got to be selective of what the things that you do when you look like me. I actually wanted to go to the Blackpink concert. And then I'm like, what do I look like though? Like, look at me right now. Me at a Blackpink concert, you're like, you look at me, you're like, what are you doing here? You can only assume, you know what I mean, that I'm doing something like weird or something. Like,
no, it's too good.
This big ass white man listening to like Blackpink. It's like, you know, what do you do? And I'm like, truthfully, it's like, man, I'm just trying to have a good time, but then it's, you know, it's strange, you know. Same with BTS. They came to Ontario and I was like, man, am I really gonna pull up there? I'm a big fan, but am I gonna pull up? Mustache.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about K-pop because that's been on your Instagram for years now. Are you really the president? What's up with the BTS?
Yeah. If you look up like Harley Morenstein BTS Koreaboo, and you go to koreaboo.com, you'll see that I have like a couple articles, like 3 articles, like Harley Morenstein, the fan of the BTS, the president of the BTS fan club. That's literally though, because I do like BTS. I like K-pop. I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm the fan club president is because I just claimed it. I was just like, yo, I'm the fan club president. And they ended up writing it up and stuff. And like, truth is, like, I actually am a fan. You know why I am a fan though of that. The same reason why I watch some sports, even though I don't particularly like the sport. I like people that are the best at things. Now, I don't think
the best K-poppers.
I don't think pop music, for the most part, is an enlightening thing. Like, you're not going to listen to some pop music and be like, oh my God, my life has changed. Necessarily, they don't attempt to connect with you on that level. They want to connect on a shallow level. So if we look at it like that, these kids are like Spartans. Like, they were selected at birth and they made the choice to commit to become like the best dancer, rapper, singer. They were the best looking out of like the thousands that went there. they were the best looking. If they weren't, they saw the best plastic surgeon in the country. They got the best hairstylist, the best hair colorist. They're wearing clothes by the best designer. They got the best songwriter, the best musical producers in the world. They write the song, they put it together, and then they do this music video that's directed by like one of the most talented musical video directors in the world. And you're looking at this product, just taking it as a product. It's free. You got 3.5 minutes. Don't lie to yourself, or don't let the fact that you're uncomfortable with what you're looking at, or because it's not your vibe, don't let that distract you from the fact that, like, just take this in as a collaborative effort of many people who are the best in the world trying to do a particular thing. Now, this particular thing might not be your thing. I get that 100%. But if you just put that away, that it's not your thing, and you just respect someone doing a thing, this is like an excellent product that has come together through the works of the best of the best. Like, this is like, it's not a joke. And if you watch it, like the clothes, everything, like they care about all aspects. And for me, I'm just like, I'm always blown away. I watch these K-pop videos. I'm like, shit, man, they're dancing even. Like,
are they the best band in that genre?
BTS?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
or has it changed? Because I only know Big Bang.
Yeah. So when I first heard of K-pop, it was not that long ago. It was like 10 years ago. This band called Shiny.
Okay.
You know Shiny?
I don't know. Maybe a song.
Okay. Well, there's this one song called Hello.
Okay.
And Shiny, the song Hello, like, I'll send it to you. It's like, so it's not that it's like nauseatingly K-pop. It's nauseatingly K-pop, but it's also nauseatingly like 2011.
Right.
And even if you go back and watch like LMFAO music videos, you're like, God, that's not that far away, but look how different things are.
100%.
Like, look at like what people are wearing. Like, you look at like Red Foo.
Oh yeah.
And you look at like his clothes and stuff, and you're like, that was serious, and people were serious, and that was like a big deal. Wasn't that long ago? I used to
see him at the Roosevelt Hotel, full exactly that outfit, straight out of the music video. You know, leopard skin, everything. What?
I was right near the Roosevelt, actually.
Yeah.
He pulled up at a red light, and I was standing there, and he pulled up and he turned and looked at me, and he went, "Yo, hey!" And I knew who he was right away, and he was like, "Yo, hey!" And I was like, "Hey!" And then he looked straight, and I know what happened. He must have seen a video or something and saw my face, and my face is like and he thought he knew me.
Right.
And he said hi.
Of course.
And then realized he doesn't know me. And I was like, hi. And he was like looking straight, like, oh, I don't actually know that guy. Or I don't think I know that guy.
God.
And it was like so weird. And he was sitting there in a little car, big ass hair, like the white glasses, like, and he was like, and it was weird, like a music video looking and talking at me. And then also one time I filmed with Steve Aoki. And then I was at the airport and I saw Waka.
Oh, nice.
And he was like, yo, what's up, man? And I was like, hey. And then he also looked straight and kept walking. He must have saw the video with Steve or sent it to him and recognized me and said hi because he thought maybe he knows me or something. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, I do this weird thing. Like, I meet some people sometimes and like I'm like, I'm like, is this like someone I know from life, or did I see him in a video? I'm like, or like, did I play sports with this guy?
Right.
I'm always like, do I know this guy? You know,
especially at this point, you could have been on a podcast like 5 years ago, and somebody would be like, "Yo, Big H, what up, bro?" And you'd be like, "Shit, do I know you?"
Yeah, exactly. Or they're like one of my students, you know,
right?
Like, could be random. But I saw this Shiny it was so nauseating. It might even been like 2008, but they were so nauseatingly that time.
Yeah.
So their clothing choices and the hair is like, okay, it's like a lot. And the song isn't like a bop, like so much to me. Like it's cute and I see it. But then I happened to find Big Bang.
Yep.
And like Big Bang, I know that G-Dragon had gone and done a solo career for a while. Well, I watched, So I watched Big Bang, and I thought they were really like, I don't know. For me, like, it sounded like such a perfectly crafted like dance type. A lot of their music was like perfectly crafted to be that. And that was the first time that I really saw like an engineered type sound and image.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I do think these guys to an extent are corporate shills. But then when it's all said and done, and then someone like G-Dragon goes and does his own thing, and you're like, oh shit, you got it. Or even Taeyong has this song, which isn't a song that I would normally like. It's about like his girl, like that he's always loved marrying another guy. One of their music videos. And it was just like if you went from Shiny to Big Bang, and then you go to like Big Bang to BTS, it's like this progression. Not only is it like closer in time to the present,
Right.
so like what they're doing and how they're dressed and how the music sounds, but like the decisions, um, like you would never, I don't know if this is rude or anything once again, but you would never mistake anyone in Big Bang to be a female.
Right.
But like, there's a couple guys in BTS. Like, if I saw that at the bar, I may have unintentionally would have offered to buy them a drink, not knowing that was a man I was talking to.
Guys.
Yeah, but it's yeah, I just think it's like just entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, it's just entertainment to me.
I get it.
I think I've always had the ability to look at music or music videos and be entertained.
Yep.
Some
people have those like 12 girl groups in K-pop.
There's one called ITZY that I really like.
Because I remember like
I think there's only like 7 though.
Probably like back in the day, like 10 years ago, probably when you were getting into it. I remember that was like the only thing at the time was like these like 9 girl groups, and they all had like 50 members in each group. The video would just be like one girl after another, and you're like,
and then for some reason they still have like 20 backup dancers also. So it's always like an army of girls like dancing.
Yeah, but there'd be 19 in like the main wardrobe. So you're like, wait a minute, are all these girls? Just forget it. Just like, it's too much. No, because I don't know. I see every now and again some that'll pop up on Instagram too. Like I'll click on something and it'll be like some girl with like 50 million followers in some girl
so
group.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah, and you're like, who is this? But 50 million people apparently know
about her in America.
Yeah. Exactly. I feel, well, what's funny, remember Robbie Williams back in the day? Before he blew up in America, he used to say that he'd be like, I can't walk one step in the UK. I come to America. I could walk anywhere I want. And then he blew up kind of here too.
That's pretty cool though. That is pretty cool.
It's definitely, I think now it's probably just more isolated to like what platform you're a viewer of. Because you can walk down the street and if you're on TikTok, people that are into TikTok will notice you, but you know, my mother won't notice you, or you know, whoever. Just I think now it's maybe gotten, there's so many different types of famous people that unless like, to me, fame is like, if my mother doesn't know who you are, you're not famous. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like that, it has to penetrate to that level, because then there's just sectors. Like there could be famous businessmen with like 1 million followers on Instagram, but like they're not necessarily famous in the way that we would. They're just notable in their world, I guess. But yeah, it's just such a trip.
Like famous is like famous is like everyone's famous. You know, you can be famous at your town or the gym.
Well, that's why I was on Clubhouse for 1 minute. One day I was on that app because every single bio said the exact same thing. And I think your bio has this too. So sorry about that. But it was like,
no, I put it, I had to. You want to roll, you want to roll, you got to do it. Play
exactly. No, it's either you go all out and you put the whole thing, you know, 30 under 30, Bitcoin billionaire, entrepreneur, early investor in Airbnb.
All of this is punctuated with emojis too.
Yeah.
It has like the trophy emoji,
angel,
tornado emoji, emojis I didn't even know existed. There's a really funny website. It's called Clubhouse Bio Generator.
Oh no way.
You just click generate and it just bangs you out like exactly as is.
That's too
exactly as is. Yeah,
because I was sitting there and me and my girl were reading everyone's bio and we're like, wow, there's a lot of Bitcoin billionaires running around here. I mean, geez, everyone's a Forbes 30 under 30. It seems like, you know.
Yeah, Clubhouse was so funny. I did get into when it first came, and I would like listen to it at night. People talking. It's kind of enjoyable listening to people talk. Or, you know, my first time, like I got in like when Vinny from Jersey Shore just made his Clubhouse. Only had like 100 followers. And he like started a room. So like I got in there and like raised my hand and got to like talk to Vinny. And I was like, this app's jokes.
That is too good.
Yeah. And then I was like 21 Savage. And the game. Like what I like is like
the game was all over it.
Yeah, 21 Savage, like he'll have like should men be allowed to cheat? Discuss. And then I open it up and it's just like all Instagram girls.
Oh, of course.
All talking at the same time. And like 21 Savage's thing is up there in the corner, like on mute. He's just listening, or he walked away from his phone. And they're just going off, like talking nonstop. I just thought it got to a place where it was like some of the things people were saying. I'm like, it's so weird. It's like a community of people just gassing each other up.
Yeah,
like,
that's too
time
much.
like it's just a circle jerk of gassing each other up. And I'm like, it's cool. People like, there's like it's interesting, but there's more. I feel like there's more that could be done with this app. I don't know if it'll find it in time.
It'll evolve.
But,
I think stereo is an interesting version of it. Another app I'm also kind of not on also, but because at least those
same.
podcasts exist after you can go back and listen to them. So that is one thing that's kind of interesting about that one.
Well, people use Clubhouse. When I've been in there, people like in Clubhouse were like, I'm in Iraq and like I'm not allowed to be here, so I'm just popping in, and it's important that this gets deleted after. Right. And they'll be like, please guys, no screen recording. That's literally that happened. I've been in a room with that.
Oh my, I haven't even thought of any of that. I literally know the exact moment I logged off of Clubhouse. I saw like it popped up right at the beginning, like badass boss bitches from Philly unite, and like I clicked on it for whatever reason. And it was like these girls talking about their business, consulting businesses or whatever, and I heard like 4 seconds of it, and it was like, Jackie, if that employee does it, and I was just like and just like, I'm like, I get it, I get it, but I don't need to be sitting here with this pop-up badass boss bitches from Philly unite. Come on, baby. It's just like, God.
That's so funny.
But back to music real quick, because you got an eclectic music taste. So how are you finding new music? Are you listening to the radio? Is it at the gym, like your girl, Spotify? How are you finding new music?
So I always loved Spotify. And what's funny, like someone shared a meme once that I was like, this is so true. So like I stream, like I'll play video games on stream. So I'll choose video game music to play sometimes because it's not like copyrighted, and I could play it when I'm streaming, so I'll find some like good music. There's some great sound designers in video games and stuff. And then like I'll get like this meme. Basically what this meme was, it was like a soup with like beef and chocolate bars in it. And it said like Spotify trying to do your recommended list, because for me, like, because I've clicked on like video game music, but then the music I actually listen to. And then as a joke, sometimes I'll be like, okay, Google, play a fart. And then it'll be like, now playing farting on Spotify. And then my kitchen will be like, it's a stupid thing that I do when I'm high and I laugh at it.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, I think Google heard me.
Did it?
It's just turned it on. It said playing words downstairs. So it thought I said words, but it was farts. Weird. Anyways. So now then I go to like my Spotify discovery for you. And I used to like it because I got some good foreign music, like not English music. And now I go there and like, here's what I have there now. It has Guile's theme from Street Fighter. Kerncraft 400, Zombie Nation. Like that's just the first two. It's trying, and it's confused. It is, and maybe I'm confused, but you know what? Like, so Spotify, I don't go to the discovery anymore. For rap is easy. I satellite radio.
Yep.
So I go on satellite radio, and
what station do you want to plug one?
Well, I mean, like I just put on like Shade 45 and click up and down 5 from there. So nothing really to plug. But what I would plug, because this is the best, and this is just straight up even for you, Sean.
Yeah.
If you guys go on Spotify and you look up Let Me Know, LEMME KNO, I follow him, and he makes a mixtape every single month. For rap. And he's very good at curating. He's a guy. He showed, what's that?
New rap?
Yeah, new rap. Or sometimes he'll throw in something old that he is feeling a bit again. But for the most part, it's songs for then.
Nice.
At that time, like I remember, like literally, it was like honestly a full year before. Before there was even a music video, he played Fetty Wap for me.
No way.
And I remember being like, this is interesting. I don't know
because it spread on the East Coast first, so he must have picked up on it.
He was early, and I didn't know what to make of it. And then the same thing happened with he showed me Dej Loaf, and Young Ma, and he showed them. Just the reason why I bring them up is because he showed them so early, and then they became quite popular.
For sure.
But he was so early, and I remember being like, I don't know. When he showed me, I wasn't sure. But now I look back, and like whenever Let Me Know shows me something, I listen to it. It's like that one. I don't know if you know, like there's like a really funny meme. It's like that picture of all those like like white girls at a party looking at you like, and they have
Yeah, of
drinks, and
course,
there's
of
like
course.
a whole bunch of them, and it just like the caption just says when you play their favorite song for them 2 months before it's their favorite song,
That's
and
funny.
like it said like I was that girl. Like he showed me something and I was like, oh, I was like, sheesh, let me know. I don't know. This doesn't sound that. I don't know what to be. And then I see some of the videos and I'm like, I don't know, man. And then, you know, you listen to it again and again. Sometimes it takes for me, sometimes now when I hear a song, I will listen again.
Yeah.
If I hear a song and I really don't like what it sounded like, my body's reacting in a way and I'm like, let's bring that back.
Right.
And then I'm like, you know what? Let's check it out again. Let's check it out again in a couple days. Because it's different. Things are different. Sometimes a sound comes out and you're like, oh, I don't like that song. I don't like that sound. I don't think I like that sound because I love that sound. You know, it's like it gets you in that sense.
Well, sometimes it's just a new thing too. Like Fetty had a new kind of style, a new sound, and we were talking about this yesterday. Billie Eilish too. When she came out, a lot of people were like, "Wait, what's happening? Is she whispering?" And it's like, no, this is a new thing. It's a new sound, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like you said, 2 months before, 2 weeks before, and me on that one, I was 2 years late.
And I've always had an extra enormous amount of respect when it's a young artist because I want to kind of see their journey.
Totally.
So when I found out she was like 16 when that song came out, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm excited to see what they'll do next. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah,
like,
no, it's too crazy. What are you listening to right now?
What do I listen to these days? So my girlfriend's a DJ.
Yeah.
So she's always playing like songs that I guess are you know, not necessarily like my jam or like things that I know of necessarily, but I'll go to like her Twitch and she'll just be like playing like a medley of songs, you know?
Got it.
So like I don't know necessarily who they are, but like I know some of the names like because she'll talk about them.
Got it.
Like RL Grime, Dusky, Mr. Carmack. And she'll play that. So like that's the music I hear. What I had tickets for before pandemic happened was I had tickets to Tame Impala and Kate Renata shows that I was going to go to, and I was really excited for those. I thought they were going to be excellent shows. Didn't happen though.
Yeah.
But once again, like I'm all over the place, you know. Do you got good recs for me or what? You always I used to carpool with Sean in high school. One of the best things was you'd get in the car and like there'd be something new. And what was interesting about this was CD burners didn't exist yet. So he acquired this CD or this tape or something like that.
Yeah, I still remember my first burn CD ever. I remember paying the $7 to the kid for it in high school. And like, I didn't even tell him any songs. I think I told him one like DJ Clue song or something that I wanted. And I was like, just put whatever. I don't even know, because it was like whatever was available. It's like Napster had been out for like 2 days. So he was like, oh, I got a bunch of songs. I'm like, just make me something, make me anything. And then I started getting specific, giving him full lists or whatever. Right, that was so crazy back in the day. Yeah, right now I have a bunch of YouTubes that I use as kind of my curators. A lot of them are called RN Bass something. So one is just called RN Bass, and then one's called like RN Bass, I think with Z's, and then a bunch of versions of RN Bass. You know,
and things happen fast. The trajectory is much faster. So the trajectory is much faster. Like someone like Lil Wayne was there. His era was very long.
Exactly.
And then I thought it led very naturally into who I'm a huge fan of, Young Thug.
Yep.
And I thought Young Thug, his era was much shorter.
Right.
Much shorter. And that led into a lot of artists that like, you know, like I don't even want to, it feels like, I don't want to be like the type, but like it's weird to like, I don't want to like knock it, but I don't also want to underappreciate the artists of my time. But I don't want to knock the new artists. So I do feel weird saying like Lil Wayne leads to Young Thug and Young Thug leads to Lil Pump.
Right.
But like in a way, it's kind of like that, you know? Like we came from a time, and it's as weird as it sounds, guys, it just was the time. People would be like, yo, Lil Wayne's wearing skinny jeans and skateboarding.
Yep.
And that was like a mega statement in the rap world.
Oh yeah.
He is playing an electric guitar in his music video. And all that stuff was just, it was just different. Times were different. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like hip hop, or rap has changed in many ways, or is broadened, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So basically, I'll listen to songs that have like literally 100 views because like I'll click on it within the first 2 minutes of it being uploaded, and and some of those artists have started to make their way and get a little bigger. Some singers here and there, but yeah, R&Bass. So anyone can go check out on YouTube R&Bass. There's a whole R&Bass bangers, I think, is one of them too. There's a whole bunch. So I use those as curators, kind of, for that style of music, and that's pretty much it. The gym, kind of like I heard wow, Post Malone at the gym, like literally in a yoga class, and I stopped the teacher and I was like, what song is this? She's like, you scared me.
Oh wait, the first time you heard him?
Yeah, no, the first time I heard wow, so like a specific
Okay.
song. Yeah, so like
I remember when I heard the first time I heard White Iverson.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, this is like the weirdest thing ever. And nowadays it's a weird, I guess, like, maybe, I don't know if I should do it or not, but I Google what people look like.
Yeah. Like
I need to know these days. And I looked him up and I was like, oh my God, who is this grimy sewer rat banging out this crazy music? I had no idea. Now I think he's awesome, but
he's cool. He's a cool kid. I haven't listened to an interview with him in a while, but when he was on the Breakfast Club and they were really messing with him, like trying to get him to like say weird stuff and get him to say he would cheat on his girl, like, and he wouldn't. He was like so cool. Like, I don't know if he was just like coached really good in like media or whatever, but they were literally trying to provoke him, like get him to say things or like to just be like, they were just trying to get under his skin because he was just new to the game and he was white and all that stuff, and they just didn't like it on that show, I think. And he was just so cool. He's like, man, I'm just making music. Like, they kept kind of like grilling him, you know what I mean? They're like, they literally would look at his girl and be like, he's gonna cheat on you, right? And he would just be like, no, man, it's not like that. It's just not like that with us, and you're just like, I love this guy. I totally, yeah, no, from that moment, once I saw like how kind of composed he was, at least in that, I mean,
I'm gonna pull that up. I want to see it. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna get that.
Do like Breakfast Club, like original Post Malone. They had to like apologize to him and everything. I think a lot of fans were not very happy with like the main host on that show. Pull up that interview. It's his first time on the Breakfast Club. He went back after because they like apologized and got him back on and all that.
And for your own viewing later, I pulled up the two Bass Hunter videos as an example. Bass Hunter, Now You're Gone, and Bass Hunter Dota, like they're the same song with the English version and the
that's too good. Well, actually, that's Backstreet Boys did that too, talking about that ski slope video. I think the American version, they were just in like a weird like 3D room, or it was something fake or something. I think also they redid a bunch of those. NSYNC too. Remember, I Want You Back was like a cool video. If you remember the I Want You Back video, them driving around in the convertible and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you go look at that video, the official video on their site is like
basketball. Are they playing basketball?
Yeah, they're playing basketball, exactly.
Yeah.
But the official video now apparently is like some weird like video of them wearing like super tight spandex shirts and stuff. Like, I don't know why they chose to redo that epic video, but probably like for the European market.
Yeah, maybe they're just like, yo, we realize this video sucks, make this video. And then 20 years later, we're like, nah, you guys had it right the first time.
You guys had it right the first, yeah, because the second time you guys are wearing like spandex and stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna send it to you after. It's too funny. I wish we could play some stuff without getting copywritten, but yeah, that was one of those. I remember seeing that video too for the first time, and this is how weird the boy band thing was at the time. I feel like I was maybe like a little insulted that these guys were trying to contend with the Backstreet Boys. I was like, who the hell are these guys? NSYNC? Yeah, I remember the first time I ever saw the I Want You Back video. I'm like, who do these guys think they are? The Backstreet Boys? What is this? Like,
yeah, I remember it was it wasn't what was after I Want You Back? Was it wasn't Bye Bye
Tearing
Bye?
Up My Heart. Tearing Up My Heart.
Tearing Up My Heart. I think when I heard Tearing Up My Heart, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just competing out here. I was like, they might have something. Because I remember like once I started to like Backstreet Boys, that was one thing. But then when you sit down and like you played the album, you got all your dancing out, you're chilling. There's no doubt that Quit Playing Games with My Heart wasn't the sickest track on that album.
Yeah, no, that was a jam.
Quit Playing Games was the song. So then when I heard like Tearing Up My Heart, I was like, I'm thinking about all the girls in elementary school that I never said I love you to, you know? It got me thinking. And then I always thought this too. It was a time that Eminem was dissing everyone.
Yeah, of course. That was his
dissing Backstreet Boys, dissing Moby. He was going after everyone. But then Pop came out.
Yep.
And I remember actively being like, this is a diss to rap music.
100%.
He's dissing rap music because he's like, sick and tired of hearing all these people talk about like, what's the deal with this pop music? When's it going to fade out?
Right.
What we're doing is not a trend. We got the gift of melody. Rap didn't have melody. Back then, rap didn't have melody. It had things to say, and it was awesome. And it was like the beat was important, but the melody wasn't. They didn't have. It's not like Drake. There was no like real melody, like And I thought that he was saying that, and then he was like, it's not about the ice I wear or the car I drive, the ice around my neck. It's about respect, because rappers were like hoes and bitches.
Yeah.
But he's here like it's tearing up my heart. So he was like, it's about respect. You don't have respect. You don't have the melody. And then
you guys do a breakdown video.
And then he's like,
you gotta make a video. You gotta do this.
And then he's like, yo, let me hit that beatbox. And he's like, and that's when I was like, yo, he definitely came at rap with now he's beatboxing. Come on.
100%. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It was like a clap back to rap. And you got to imagine that whoever writes their songs, like that pop writer.
No, it's Max Martin.
Man,
most of it.
Man,
most of
these
it's
people
Max
getting who?
Max Martin. Google him. Your mind will melt of how many songs this guy's written, how rich he is. And like, I'm gonna do that tonight. He just came back too, like the last 3 years, and has been writing all the Katy Perry songs. Just Google him, and your mind will melt. You'll be like,
I will.
And then figuring out, like doing the math and realizing he wrote "I Want It That Way" when he was like 22, and you're like, how are you even in the room?
One of the best songs of my lifetime, like
literally.
Since I was born. I think I don't know if that's like overreaching, but I did think "I Want It That Way" was
it's up there. It's a worldwide.
I like that. Like who did they bring it to? Who did they bring it to? They had the song done. And they're like, yeah, here's the song. He's like, yeah, but play it backwards.
Well, they had it was No Goodbyes, No More Lies. It was some weird with an extra beat in it. No goodbyes, and it had a weird extra beat in it. I watched this. So the guest yesterday, Christian James Hand, he breaks down songs stem by stem, and we were just talking about the moment it transferred over. So Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson started out as a song called like Al Capone, and if you listen to it, it's like almost there, and it's a song about a criminal, but he's talking about Al Capone and stuff, and you hear the song and you're like, holy moly, it was like 10% away from not being the song that it is. And I Want It That Way is the same thing. It's like you listen to that version and you're like, oh my god, this song is one beat and one line away from not being a #1 worldwide smash.
Crazy.
So crazy. I'll send some stuff, you'll like it. Christian stuff. He did like Super Freak and stuff, like you'll love it.
You have a Facebook account?
No, I'm not on it.
Oh, because there's like the Oculus Quest 2 is just like a really awesome thing. Like I recommend it to anyone. VR, just watching movies and stuff in VR is really great and chill. And you don't even just put the thing on. It's wireless. You can use your hands and stuff. And I watch a lot of movies with friends in VR. Like it's cool. You go into like a movie theater.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Like you're sitting in the seat and your friends are there. I watched Moonwalker for the first time. I'd never seen it. I watched it like 2 weeks ago. Never seen Moonwalker.
That's crazy.
That movie is crazy. That movie's
that's
crazy.
That's where the 20-minute Smooth Criminal is in there. That is the
Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal is like a whole scene in it.
It's the whole thing.
Like I watched it, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And what's funny is it doesn't make any more sense.
No. I remember as a kid even being like, I don't know if I get this.
That part when they're like, you know that part? You remember the lights go out and they're all like, oh my god. That part was always crazy to me as a kid. Michael Jackson just making endless decisions, huge decisions that people don't understand at the time, but are still important today.
Oh yeah. No,
Well, if we separate the art from the artist. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. No, art wise, it's super nuts. I'm gonna send you some of Christian stuff. Like he breaks down like super freaking stuff, and like
Yes, please.
in the mix, Rick James does like a slurp, like, and it's in the mix. You hear it, and once you hear it, you'll never unhear it. It's in the song, like it's in like, and there's stuff like that they play. Like there's a guy, like there's a clap track in the back, and it's a real clap track because there's no like cut and repeat or whatever, no copy paste. And literally you hear the clap because he plays stem by stem, and a guy messes up and it's a clap less, and the guy goes, oh shit. And you hear it in the mix, like it's like, oh shit. Like it's so funny. Luckily there was two people. Yeah, luckily there was two people clapping. So one of the claps came in, but you could clearly hear it. And like there's a whole, like they break down songs like that, and you're just like, whoa, like it melts your mind. Like Call Me Maybe is like a epic session. Like in this world, it's like the perfect song. Like the way he breaks it down, and you're just like, oh my god. You start listening to it.
That's great. He's got a YouTube channel.
He actually doesn't, because the copyright stuff. He does it on the radio, and he does it every night on Instagram Live because it gets around the copyright a little bit, and then it just disappears. But a lot of the ones he does on the radio station exist on YouTube. So I'll send you a bunch of
cool.
Boom. So, bro, thank you so much. Before you go,
this was awesome, man.
This was a lot of fun. Before you go, please, anyone that may watch us in the future, since of course you're YouTube royalty, and now, becoming successful on YouTube, I think is the equivalent to becoming successful in anything in the entertainment industry, if not more, if not better in a lot of ways, because you have a lot of freedom. So what's funny is that, I don't know if you noticed, it was an article, I forget which newspaper, but they asked X amount of people, kids coming out of college, what's the number one job you want? Number one was YouTube.
Oh my God.
Yeah, number one was YouTube. Number 6 was a doctor. So it's just like, so kids coming out of high school, I think, was what it was, not college. So number one was YouTube. So it just goes to show you, and you could see it. Like, I feel like every kid that has like just like some side job, he just wants to get home so he can go like do his podcast or his Twitch, or like, he's trying to build your brand or whatever. So since again you were there so early, you're keeping it going, give some advice for the younger up and comers. If you can. The
one thing I got to say, it's always advice. It works in every aspect of life. And I know it now after doing 10 years of doing something that I've always loved doing. And that's entertaining people, being an idiot and making people laugh and whatever. You got to do something you love.
Yep.
You got to do something you love. Because if this all works out and it's your job and you blow up, that's when the work starts.
Exactly.
Like that's when the work starts, and you want to love what you're doing. And I know sometimes you're like, oh man, maybe I could, I don't know. I'm just assuming, someone might be like, oh man, I could be famous, punching myself in the nuts. I'm just using it as a bad example, but people do it,
Right.
Make sure you love that. Because when this works out, that's what you will do.
Right.
In my case, it was, playing a character on YouTube. Like that's a thing I have to do. And you know what? I love it. It's my favorite, but I still hit that wall. Like it's 6 years. You're like, what am I gonna do? And and I'm back into it now, and I love it again. But like, truth is, you just got to love what you do, because you're gonna do it every day, and it's got to be important. I do think it's a great thing to monetize your hobby.
Yep.
And to figure that out. But also good to find other hobbies that you won't monetize if that's the case.
Right.
And, find something else. You want to be able to separate from everything. So when you sit down and you do your thing, you can give it your all.
Right. It's true, because I follow hobby stuff like watches and cars, and then they can't watch any other car or watch content because they're just so fried from it all day from doing their own channel.
Exactly.
So, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into it after you blow up and before, when you have only 50 subscribers and you don't want to make a video that day, and you don't want to edit it, and you don't want to, you're pissed because you only have 50 subscribers. That's the hard part too, is getting it done when you have nothing and no traction, and not even your friends or family care or watching.
Agreed. And I've had some success, but like, what I do now is like I stream video games on Facebook. That's something I love doing. I love gaming.
Yep.
And like a guy who has 1 billion views, like I have to suck up my pride and sit down on this platform where my 1 billion views aren't.
Right.
And stream for like, sometimes 50 people.
Yep.
And that's a great number. And if you get 50 people, that's awesome. But when you have a billion views, people expect more.
Right.
So I got to swallow a lot of pride when people come in and they're like, oh shit, man, look at this washed up guy playing video games for no, but I'm still there being like, you know, I know what it's like. There's another layer because that you just push past that.
Yeah.
You keep doing it. I always tell people like, you know, I don't want to make nightmares, but like sometimes it's like you're the people that are close to you that'll give you a hard time.
Oh yeah.
You know what that's all about, Sean. People are like, but how you gonna,
of course,
how, you know, like I remember when you were like going to L, people like, but what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do? But like, will you get paid? But is it worth it? Don't you think you should just be like doing what we're all doing? And I do think people, when they see someone chasing something that they really want, I think it's those closest to you that are easy to distract you. And maybe they mean well, but sometimes maybe they're just, you know,
some of them.
I think sometimes it's just something you push past and you stay focused. Yeah, literally stay focused on you, do your thing. And I hope that you love what you do, because you might have to do it all the time.
Yeah, and get really good at video editing, because I feel like unless you get to a point real fast where you could hire an editor, because I feel like a lot of the big car vloggers, like guys that have 2-3 million subscribers doing like car vlogs, like they say that like it looks like I'm driving a Ferrari all day, but in reality, I woke up at 4 a.m. to drive 2 hours to drive this Ferrari for about 7 minutes, and now I got to drive back and edit all day. That's actually my real day. You know what I mean? I'm
editing EpicMealTime again these days, and
no, exactly.
We like make the meal a couple hours, then I sit down and I do the editing. But I also love editing. Luckily, I love editing. You know,
it is fun.
Enjoy it.
It is fun.
But it is. That's where you make it. That's where you make the video.
That's where it comes together.
It becomes the video. You know.
Exactly. But I think a lot of people don't realize. They just think like, okay, I'm going to fill my pool with Jello and I'll get 10 million views, and it's like, not quite. There's a lot more that goes into that.
You better fucking love Jello, man. You better love Jello and kids.
You better love.
That's all you're getting.
Oh man, bro, please plug anything. Tell everybody and anybody where they could find you. I'll leave links.
I mean, Epic Meal Times on Tuesdays. Yeah, Epic Meal Times on Tuesdays. YouTube.com/Epic Meal Time. Harley Morenstein on Facebook. I stream there.
You post on your personal channel?
Yeah, I post on my personal channel. Harley plays on all social.
What's going on your personal YouTube these days?
Personal YouTube, I stopped uploading for now because I stream on Facebook. Yeah. And I edit Epic Mealtime, so I don't have the time to edit my vlogs currently. Right. Plus, with the pandemic, I don't want to like force going out and doing things. You know?
Totally. Vlogging, cutting together those vlogs, making a storyline. Like I watch guys like in the Nürburgring, they do like daily vlogs, and like luckily they have stuff to talk about because like there's always cars and people and kind of things going, but you could see the days that they're stretching because they're everyday guys. And like you could see when it's like,
and that's taxing mentally. Every day is very taxing.
There's a bunch of car guys that do every day. Like that, you could see
you could do every day. Yeah, you could do every day, and people will still like, even when you're just about to be like 2 hours from uploading, people are hitting you up like, bro, what's up? Where's the vlog?
Where's your vlog? Where's your video, bro?
And it's like, bro, I just put one up. Yeah, exactly. I put one up yesterday. Give me like a minute.
What's funny is that I don't know if maybe that's a YouTube thing, because literally I'll go through that where like a creator will pop into my head and I'll be like, bro, this guy hasn't posted in like a month, and I'll go look and it'll be 4 days. And it's like, but it's a weird times because it's there. The internet doesn't turn off. You know what I mean? Like every time you pop on that YouTube, like there's new stuff. So it's like, I guess we've got conditioned to expect something new from the people we like every time, but that happens a lot. I'll be like, where's Shmi? And it's like, oh, he posted 3 days ago, but in my mind it was like 9 years ago, you know. Yeah, bro, thank you so much for coming.
Hey man, this was awesome. It's a good time catching up and everything.
Definitely, let's do it again. We'll talk more music.
I'm down. Hit me up whenever.
More other questions we haven't even got to, silly boy band stuff we can get into. We can go down a whole rabbit hole of just Canadian boy bands. I mean,
bro, get me in again sometime whenever you need it. Hit me up. I would love to
do it. We'll talk about Before 4 and Frosted Tips.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll bust out some pictures. I have some Sweet 16 pictures.
Let me find some pics too. I'll see if I can find some.
Yeah, no, I met one of the guys from Before 4, and I thought my vibe was boy band, especially at that time with earrings and blonde hair and everything. This guy, he was plastic then. Like he must have been wearing makeup in real life or something. Like,
yeah, he must have been wearing makeup.
Must have been wearing makeup in real life because he was so like his hair, every strand was like
They look like they spiked every spike.
Every spike with their hand, one by one. And I was like, this guy. But he was in a boy band and I wasn't, so I loved it. All right, brother. I love you. Have a great day. And
love you too.
Thanks again.
Peace,
Talk to you later. Peace.
Oh, check out those videos I sent you.
I will. I'm going to send you some stuff right now.
All right.
Peace.